All right, y'all. I know. Where has she been? This is a great question. And I don't really have the answer. No, I do have the answer. Hold on. Talk. Like, where the heck have I been? What's been going on? Like, where is she? I know y'all have been so concerned. Um, but for real though, this is my first YouTube disappearance. You know, every YouTuber goes through these times. But yeah, I've been in a reading slump, obviously. But not just that, it's also been a very busy time in my life. Two people close to me have gotten married this month. Um, and so with that, there was a bachelorette trip that I went on, and I didn't do any reading at all. There also was a bachelorette little get together, and then there was a rehearsal dinner I recently went to, and there's just been a lot going on. So a close friend got married March 1st, and then my sister is getting married next week, March 14th. So yeah, like it's just been a lot, and that I'm way more involved in that wedding considering that's my sister and I'm the maid of honor, and there's a lot of stuff that I am doing also for that wedding. So yeah, um it's just been a lot. That's where I've been. But let's talk about the books that I have read in January and February. This is going to be a very underwhelming wrap up. I think that's what I'm going to call this. A very underwhelming January and February wrap up, plus where have I been and how I plan to get out of my reading slump. You know, something along those lines. So, yeah, let's talk about my reading goals. Remember my reading goals video, 2025 reading goals? Yes. So I mentioned that I want to read some books of the Bible, some non-black adult romance, some black adult romance, some YA fantasy, some adult fantasy, some thrillers, some paranormal, some dystopian, and some historical fiction books. Okay? Um so yeah, that's where we are with our goals. Yeah, so let's talk about January. January, I read 10 books. I read The Teacher by Frida McFadden. Okay, this was a very, very good start to the year. This was a very good book. I ate it up. I loved it. Like I said, it could be because I don't read thrillers very often, y'all. Before this book, I cannot tell you the last thriller that I read. I cannot tell you because I don't know, because I don't typically go to the bookstore and want to buy thrillers. But ever since I've gotten my Kindle, I have been reading books that maybe I don't necessarily want to own, but I did read them and I owned them for a little bit, you know? So yeah, my Kindle really has changed my reading life. So that's that. The Teacher, it was a thriller, okay, about two teachers who are married, and yeah, a lot goes down that you don't think will go down, and it was so good, and I loved it, and I actually have a vlog of me reading it, so check that out. But yeah, also obviously, okay, my hair is out, free from the braids. Hope you like it. I'm really on a hair growth journey. Sorry, I was looking down at my toes. I just got them painted. I'm really on my hair growth journey because I have grown out and cut my hair so many times over the past 4 years of me being a natural woman. Let's see, it's March 8th. So in 3 days, is my natural hair anniversary, which is so great. March is such an amazing month. Like I love March. My best friend's birthday is in March. My natural hair anniversary is in March. Other things are in March, and it's a good time. I always love March. Anyways, child, my hair is out. We're on a hair growth journey. Bow, 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 bow. Next, The Burial of a Player by Kimberly Brown. So this is, I think, is this the second or third? This is the third book in the Giroux family series. So yes, it's the Giroux family. I think it's like 4 brothers and 1 sister, and it's like each of them has their own love story. So this was the number 3. And he's a player. I think his name is Walker. Yeah, his name is Walker, and the girl's name is Georgia. And we've actually known them since the first book in the series because they kind of met. She's the sister of the girl in the first book. and her and Walker met and they kind of just hit it off, but it's kind of been like a play, like they come in playing around, just been messing around. But like low key, her feelings started to get serious, and she's like, "Yeah, I gotta back out." But then Walker's like, "Wait, I kind of like you though. Like I kind of need you. I want you." So it's basically like how he wins her back. It was good. I wanted more groveling though. Like I wanted a little bit more groveling, but it was good. I rated that 4 out of 5. I also rated The Teacher 4 out of 5. Okay. Next, I read Blackbirds in the Sky by Brandy Colbert. So this was a historical nonfiction book. There's nothing fiction about this. This is a book about the Tulsa Massacre. It took me, I've had this book for like 3-4 years, I'm pretty sure. I have never read it because I typically am not into historical novels, especially when it comes to Black history, because it's just very sad and very real. And I read it and it's just so relevant. It's unfortunate how relevant it still is today. But yeah, but it's good commentary on how history can get buried and how it's intentionally buried, and how the records that we keep within archives and libraries are incredibly important and they hold the truth. That's why I just have such respect for librarians and libraries and books in general, because there's just something about a book that like is undeniable. Like the written word is, you can't argue with it. You can interpret it, but you can't argue with what's written there. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a little short book. I read it in a day and it was really good. Next I read The Betrothed and the Betrayed by Kiera Cass. This is historical fiction. I love a good Kiera Cass, okay? We have not talked about Kiera Cass in a minute. She is the author of the Selection series, the OG series. Yeah, so I read these. I like these way more than the Selection series, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't love the Selection series at all. Did I read all of them and like the little spinoff? Yes, I did. But I did not love it. But Kiera Cass, one thing she can do is give us like a princely royal type story. Like, I really feel like she lives in a castle. I feel like she lives in a kingdom. Like, the way that she writes is, and like the detail, and like I'm learning stuff about kings and queens and castles and royals, and like the freaking like the ladies in your court, and just a bunch of stuff. Like, I loved it. I ate it up. The first one I rated 3.5 out of 5, and the second one was 4 out of 5. So yeah, so basically like it's a bunch of ladies and they all like waiting to be chosen by someone, and our main character is like about to be chosen by the prince who's going to become the king. And she's like excited or whatever, but then she low-key starts to fall for this other guy who's like just living in the court. And yeah, they're like different apartments in the court, and it's just give it a read. If you want something like fun with like a castle vibe, read it, okay? And I rated the second one. The second one actually turned it up for me because there was a little bit of an enemies to lovers. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say, because that already kind of spoiled something. But honestly, I really enjoyed it. When I realized that the author was doing what the author was doing, I was gagged. But yeah, I rated that one 4 out of 5. So yeah, we already have a thriller, a Black romance, historical nonfiction, and 2 historical fiction. So the diversity was hitting in the beginning of the year. Then I fell into my first slump of the year. Then I read Rhythms Blues, another Black romance by another Kimberly Brown. I really like this. I rated this a 4 out of 5. Her name is Rhythm, and the dude's name I can't remember. But she was with this rapper dude. Basically, he was cheating, and the rapper dude's producer and her end up hooking up, but they don't know about their connection until later. So that's really the gist of it. The way I just tied that up, I really ate that. But yeah, they don't know about their connection until later, but it was a good little story, good Black romance. I mean, you can never go wrong with Black romance. Yeah, this is the part of the year where I was off work because of the winter storm. I didn't know that I was about to be off work for longer than expected, but yeah, because we were already off for MLK Day, and then we were off another day, and then another day, and I praised the Lord. Next I read The Bells by Danielle Clayton. My first Danielle Clayton, I think. This is like a fantasy, basically like it's very similar to like Uglies. Like everyone's kind of dull and gray, but there are these like girls who are like born every so often. They're called the Bells, and they're beautiful, and they have the magic to turn other people beautiful. And things go wrong with that, as you could assume. I rated this a 4 out of 5 because it actually was good. Like it was good, but I don't think I want to continue the series, mostly because they don't have the second book on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm just gonna put a pin in it for now. I'm gonna put a pin in it. But yeah, like it was pretty good, and it was, I'm trying to get back into fantasy slowly, which is it's so weird to say that because fantasy has always been my favorite genre, but I just have struggled to get into it lately. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, then I read, of course, which I wish that because of the winter storm, Onyx Storm was delayed. We have Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I rated this a 3.5 out of 5. I don't know. I don't feel like Iron Flame was as bad as everyone was making it seem. But I do feel like the books have gone like downhill since Fourth Wing. Like Fourth Wing was such an incredible, amazing first book. Like it was incredible, amazing, and maybe it's just hard to keep that momentum going. Obviously, I can't tell you anything about the plot of Onyx Storm because it's the third book in the series that I realized there's going to be 5, which I'm like, girl, I don't know if we can stretch this out to 5. I don't know, but I mean, it was a fun experience because, like, it was so fun reading a book that everyone else, like, in the world, it felt like was reading. It was so fun reading a book that had so much hype. It was so fun getting it in the mail and, like, seeing the controversy and the drama regarding, the artwork and the Target pre-sale and the this and the that and the girl. I don't know. I just got my copy. If y'all want to see it. Okay, this is her. But, yeah, like it was fun. It was fun. I cried at the end. I will tell you that. I cried and cried and cried, and I don't even know or remember or really care about the person who I cried about, but just the way that it was written was so sad. I was like, dang, like that was crazy. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about Onyx Storm. Like, I do have a reading vlog about Onyx Storm. If you missed that, go back and watch it. Yeah. So yeah, I think I may have gone into a reading slump after this, but I can't remember. I moved into the Teachers of Hardwood High. Oh yeah, the Teachers of Hardwood High series by Nina High. So Nina High is slowly becoming one of my favorite authors. I'm actually reading a book by her right now. She's a Black author. I love being in this, like, coming back to the reading world and discovering, like, new authors, because I feel like at the time everyone was, like, reading the same thing. Like, everyone had read The Hunger Games, everyone had read Mortal Instruments, but, like, coming back and discovering, like, there's new authors that are picking up the pen every day is just very cool. But yeah, the Teachers of Hardwood High. If you didn't know, I'm a teacher, and when I saw that there was a Black teacher romance, I knew I had to gobble it up, and it was good and it was cute. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be about different teachers in the same school, which I love. So yeah, it's just Black teachers falling in love. That's really what it is. If you need something cute and something just to, like, pick you up, I would suggest getting into it. Okay. Oh, one more book in February. Then I read 24 Seconds From Now by Jason Reynolds. Clock that T. I love Jason Reynolds. And it's a signed edition. It's a signed edition, and it's actually, like, really signed. Like, I actually can look and see the pen, like, the Sharpie marks. Like, yeah, he actually signed this. Period. But yeah, look how cute. I saw this. I was at Barnes & Noble one evening, and I saw this, and I was like, yeah, I gotta buy this. Jason Reynolds is doing romance now? I have to buy it. So, here's a book. Okay. He wrote one of my favorite books called Ghost, which we'll get into that later. But yeah, this is a YA black romance. I don't typically get into YA romance because it just doesn't do it for me anymore. But, oh, and I rated that last book 3.5 stars as well. This one, the Jason Reynolds, I rated 4 out of 5. It was very beautiful. He is such a unique writer. Like, he doesn't just write a story. He, like, tells it through a certain lens every single time. Like, it wasn't just a boy meets a girl and whatever. Like, he started off with a moment, and then he went 24 seconds before, 24 minutes, 24 hours, 24 days, 24 months. Like, he went backwards to tell the love story of how we reached this moment. And it was so cool. Like, I just thought that was so cool. And I love when an author does something unique like that. Really, 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 like, that really is like, just really caresses my brain. Like, that's the best description I can give you, is that good writing and unique writing caresses my brain. And who wouldn't want their brain to be caressed? Anyway, so yeah, next we move into a not so good reading month. February. I read 4 books in February. Yeah. Let's get into it. So the first book I read was Lore of the Wilds by Anna Leigh Sabrana. This was one of the books that was on my Black Books I Want to Read this year, or it's been in at least one of my videos already. But yeah, I liked it. I loved the like cottage core mushrooms in the forest type vibe. If you're a reader, you know exactly what the heck I'm talking about. I loved that vibe. I loved how I feel like this author is definitely a foodie, because every time they would eat food, the description was like off the chain. Like, I really felt like I was eating the food. And there was a twist that I really, really liked. There was a romantic twist that I was like shook about. So I'm like, when she comes out with the next book, I might just pick it up, because I do. And the cover is stunning and gorgeous and delicious and amazing. Let me go get it. Look how gorgeous she is. I don't know if it's doing the rainbow effect on the letters, but I got some great pictures with this. And yeah. What really drew me to it was an abandoned library with, so what it's about. So yeah, this girl, like, she gets captured by these fae people. Anytime there's a story with fae, just know that the fae are like basically horrible people, and they're gonna ravage a human town, and they're gonna steal a human away for one reason or the other, or maybe the human steals something from them, and then she has to repay her debt. It's always like that. I haven't even read a lot of stuff with fae in it, I feel, and I already know the formula. But anyways, yeah, but it was black fae, so I was like, I need to give this a shot. So yeah, they're like, oh, you can read this hidden language from this library. We're looking for a certain type of book. So they're like, hey, come live in the castle with us, and you're going to be our prisoner, and you're going to read books in this library for us to see which one is like the magic book. Basically. So yeah. Okay, next we have, can't even get it out. Next we have Ghost by Jason Reynolds. I went ahead and got the box set from Book Outlet. I think I got this from Book Outlet. Yeah. I'm trying to buy from other places than Amazon. I'm trying to diversify. My neighbor is cutting his grass, of course. I'm trying to, 1, save money, and 2, I'm trying to diversify the places that I get books outside of Amazon. So yeah, anyways, here's Ghost. Ghost is so good. I feel like I've been talking about this book a lot lately, like to my coworkers, because like it's just so good. It makes me so happy. I first read it when I was student teaching, and my mentor was like, hey, which book should we go with? And I was like, I'll just go with this one, because the year before I was visiting observing at an elementary school, and they were reading this book, and I was like, you know what, heck yeah. So yeah, it's about a little boy. He has his father is currently not in his life. He's actually in jail, and he just lives with his mom. His mom is trying to make ends meet. So he has a lot of anger and just a lot of pent up stuff going on. And he stumbles upon a track team, literally stumbles upon a track team, and he's all arrogant or whatever. And he races this boy that's like during track practice. He's like, I could beat you. You ain't all that. So he races the boy, and I think he loses. But the coach is still like, you kind of got something going for you. So the coach kind of like takes him under his wing and is like, hey, you know, get your act together so you can be on our team. And he kind of just is a positive influence. And like, it's just good. It's obviously middle grade, but like, it's really good, and it's skinny, and it's just so good. I bought the whole series. I'm on the second book right now, but like, it's had a bookmark in it for like a month now, which is not even the longest that I've had a bookmark in a book. I've had a bookmark in a book for like an entire year. So yeah, but look how pretty she is. Like, I love. Anyways, yeah, I love this. So we read another book in the Teachers of Hardwood High series by Nina High. This one I rated 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't love this one. There wasn't enough like groveling and coming together. This was basically like a second chance romance. But I don't know. I feel like they waited till the very end to get together, or it was mostly based on the spice. I don't know. I can't even remember at this point. But there was something that I didn't love about it. And that was the last book that I finished. So, excuse me. I did, however, let's talk about, I did read 3 books of the Bible, 3 very short books of the Bible, but still, I'm making progress towards my goal for the year. And honestly, sometimes it's not about how many books you complete, but just the commitment to reading your word every single day. I read Habakkuk, which I was really impressed by. I was like, wait. This is so relevant to what's happening in the country right now. Like, it's insane. You should read Habakkuk. And then I also read Titus and Philemon, which are all like in the same, no, they're not. Titus and Philemon are next to each other. Habakkuk is in the Old Testament still, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah. So Habakkuk was the last book I read in February. And now March, I read Titus and Philemon. So yeah, it's definitely a slump. It's definitely a slump, but like, I have been reading something daily, just not like novels. And that's okay. Okay. This is not my first slump. It won't be my last. It's just last year, it took a while for me to get to a slump. Like, I didn't reach a slump till maybe like April. But this year I knew would be a doozy, because like I said, I have a lot more going on this year than I did last year. So yeah. I plan to try to get out of my slump. Like I said, I'm reading a book right now by Nina High. It's called The Honeybrook Lottery or something like that. And it's actually really, really cute. Like, I found myself smiling while I was getting my nails done. And I was just like, this is cute. Basically, they're in a really small town. It's set in the fall, which I'm like, dang, I wish it was set in spring, but it's okay. But it's cutesy, warm vibes. But yeah, it's set in the fall in a small town. And singles, like, every year they sign up to be put in the lottery, and then they get matched up with each other randomly, and they have to go on 7 dates, and maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, like The Bachelor or like Love Island or something, which I've never watched either of those shows. But I will read a book kind of like that, you know, like there are some things that I don't want to watch, I rather read, because I have commitment issues when it comes to watching stuff sometimes. But yeah, I'm really down with that, and it's only like 188 pages. So when I'm trying to get out of a slump, I want a quick, fun read, you know? So we'll see. And yeah, I'm putting myself on a new schedule because, like I said, I am going to be busier. So I'm trying to maybe read like 1 novel throughout the 5-day work week. And then maybe on the weekend, I can read like a quick little novel, like a quick little fun something that'll keep me entertained. Who knows? I'm kind of just trying to go with the flow, because the second that I try to make a schedule or try to make myself fit into a reading box is the second that I lose interest. So I'm just trying to, I've been watching rom-coms and trying to like get myself back into storytelling to see if that will do something. But you know, I'm just kind of letting it ride. Because not every year is going to look the same as a reader. Okay. But yeah, so I'm reading that. I'm also interested in reading The Midnight Library. This has been on my shelf I don't even know. It hasn't been a year, I don't think. Oh, wait, it has been a year. I bought it in January of 2024, I think. But yeah, look, it matches my outfit. It matches my outfit. I kind of do want to start it, and like the words are like really like, well, the margins are large, and I kind of like that because there's less words on the page. So yeah, I kind of want to read and annotate this. This seems like the type of thing I would want to read and annotate. So I kind of want to read a little bit every day of this. Let's see how long it is. 288 pages. So yeah, you know, we'll see. But yeah, those are my, like I said, I don't have intense plans whenever I'm trying to get out of a reading slump. I kind of just let it ride. But I do really like the book I'm reading right now. So, but I also kind of want to play The Sims. And I also kind of want to watch 27 Dresses, one of my favorite rom-com / wedding movies. I also kind of, I'm really into wedding movies right now since everyone and their mom's getting married. So, yeah. That's all I have for you guys. Let me know what books get you out of a slump. Let me know if you're in a reading slump. And yeah, I'm gonna try to, since it is spring break now at this point, happy spring break, to all my teachers out there. But yeah, since it is spring break, I'm going to probably film and edit every single day as well. So it's gonna be, even though I'm not going anywhere this spring break, I have to take care of before my sister's wedding. And yeah, so I'm gonna chill and just do what I want. Okay? Okay. Bye, y'all.